In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the FiFine AM8 microphone, a dynamic USB XLR mic with RGB. Before we jump into it, let's go ahead and talk about making smart choices. And speaking of smart choices, we've partnered with Mint Mobile to share how they're revolutionizing the wireless world, offering premium service without that premium price tag. For example, have you wondered why in the world is my wireless bill so high? Well, Mint Mobile is here to show us that there's a better way. For as low as $15 a month, you can get access to the nation's largest 5G network, unlimited talk and text, and all the perks of premium wireless without that unnecessary cost. The switch to Mint Mobile is incredibly easy too. With digital eSIM technology, many of you can actually make the switch directly from your couch in as little as 15 minutes. And for those of you needing a physical SIM card, well, Mint Mobile can send you one for free too. So don't stick with the old way of doing things that's overpriced and complicated for no reason. Visit trymintmobile.com/howtotech to get premium wireless for $15 a month. My wife and I made the switch over a year ago and we absolutely love it. And I mean, who doesn't like saving money? All right, let's get back to the video, but make sure you check out Mint Mobile. Linked in the description down below. What's going on, guys? Chad here from How To Tech, and let's go ahead and get those lights back on. And for those of you wondering, yes, we were using this microphone for the intro of this video, and we'll do another audio test here in just a second. But today we are going to be taking a look at the FiFine AM8 microphone. It is a dynamic microphone that can use USB and XLR. So I'll go ahead and show that. We can see that we have a USB port here and an XLR port right here, with also a headphone jack that you can plug into to monitor your audio. We also have the ability to adjust gain directly on the microphone, and we have the ability to adjust the monitoring of the microphone and sound from Windows directly from the little dial here. So we can adjust that dial there. And then we have the ability to adjust the RGB if you ever so like. So you can just tap it and change the different modes. There's static, breathing, just changing. And if you wanted to, you can actually hold your finger down on it and turn it off if that's something you don't want. And on the other side of the microphone, we can actually see that we have a capacitive mute button. So you can just touch it and now the microphone is muted, and then you can press the button again and the microphone is back on. So as far as this microphone goes, it comes in at $55 currently on Amazon, and it's a really good deal. Whether or not the sound is something you're shooting for, it's hard to be really critical of a product at $55 whenever we're comparing it to other products that are probably in the $75 to $100 range. And if this microphone stays for about $55, it's doing a lot of things right at that price point. Let's also briefly just cover some of the other things that come in on this microphone, and then we'll get to that audio test like I promised a second ago. It does come with a pop filter windscreen, and we can take that off and we can see the capsule here. The capsule is located right at the top. And for those of you that might be wondering, whenever you speak into this microphone, you need to speak into the top of it like this. None of that, what I've seen with people doing with the Blue Yeti and speaking into it to the side. That's not how you talk into this microphone. The microphone, the build quality is okay. That would be the one thing I'd have to really fault this microphone for whenever it comes to the hardware of it. And that is that this main body that you see here and these knobs it's just plastic. So that's kind of unfortunate. The connecting housing for the XLR port seems to be well built, and even the stand is pretty solid. I would go ahead and say that for most people that plan on streaming and doing a podcast, this stand sits really low, and if you put it on your desk, it's probably going to be nowhere near where it needs to be towards your mouth to be able to get a really good audio sound out of it. So that's kind of my only takeaways from it, but I will say that this can be taken off of the stand and then screwed onto, say, like a boom arm. So it does have some flexibility and some versatility for you there. But I think the real selling point for people is going to be the RGB. It's going to look really good. It's not the brightest, I will say that. The LEDs in it are pretty bright, but right now I can say the color that's coming off of this definitely doesn't look as crisp as what it looks like in person, even coming through a DSLR camera. So
So as you might have noticed in the very beginning, if we do turn the different lights off here, we can see that this really does come through as a really nice controlled color. So if you plan on utilizing this in a stream and your stream setup is kind of darker, this is probably going to be a really cool accent piece to your live stream. So now let's go ahead and do some audio tests with this microphone. I'm going to also be messing around with the keyboard and clicking the mouse, and also putting the microphone at what's standard height, and actually then trying to get myself a little bit closer to the microphone so you can kind of really see what it would sound like whenever it's positioned properly. And I'm going to do that mainly because it comes with a stand that doesn't really put it in an optimal position. So let's go ahead and test out some audio with this microphone. Thank you guys for watching How To Tech, the channel dedicated to helping you take your tech to the next level. Thank you for watching How To Tech, the channel dedicated to helping you take your tech to the next level. Thank you for watching How To Tech, the channel dedicated to helping you take your tech to the next level. All right, so I've listened to the audio quality of this microphone, and I am in a weird place with this. For $55, I mean, that's not bad pricing for a microphone of this caliber. I think the audio is a little bit lacking in that price point compared to some other options that are out there, maybe slightly more expensive, but I'm not a huge fan of the audio. I think it lacks a little bit in the lows, but once again, audiophile stuff is completely just opinionated. Some of it is obviously better than others, but it depends on what all you plan on using this microphone for. Do you plan on just using it for streaming? Do you plan on just using it for talking to your friends? It's really subjective to your situation. But in total, I think the audio is decent, not great, better than a headset microphone, obviously better than your laptop or webcam's built-in microphone, and probably better than other USB microphones out there. It's just at this price point, $55, I do think there's some better options out there. And the XLR, I just don't think XLR is necessary on a microphone that just doesn't have that great of audio quality whenever, you know, if you're going to be routing it into an interface, if you're going to be routing it into a mixer, you're probably already looking for better audio. And I think you're better off with a video that we've previously done. We've talked about one of my favorite microphones from Mayano, comes in about $60. And then Shure also just has some really nice dynamic handheld microphones for like $30 to $40 that I think outdoes this quite a bit as far as audio quality. But I understand audio quality isn't everything to everyone. Sometimes it's the ability of just not having to buy a mic stand with those other ones that I was just talking about. The fact that this can just sit on your desk and it's ready to go. And it does have cool RGB. And you can plug your headset into it to monitor, and you can adjust all that directly on the microphone. So the real answer is, I don't know. What do you think of this microphone? Is it something you're interested in? If so, I'll have it linked down below. And like always, if you guys want to see more interesting videos on technology, streaming settings, and just other stuff for creators, then be sure to get subscribed for future content. And while you're at it, go ahead and check out this video here where I review what is probably my favorite budget microphone from Mayano. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Chad from How To Tech, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.